So, next we will explore about how to integrate the camera from the capture to applications. Okay. So, in this particular session of our mobile application development course, so we are going to unlock one of the most powerful and ubiquitous sensors on a mobile device. So, that is a camera. Okay. So, think about the applications you use daily. So, WhatsApp, Instagram and any kind of the banking applications or Google Lens. Okay. So, what do they have in common? So, they all seamlessly integrate the camera to do more than just to take a pictures. They scan the documents or verify the identities or apply the filters and connect the physical world to the digital one. Okay. So, today we will move from being the user of these features to being a creator. So, we will learn the fundamental principles of how to build the camera based applications or incorporate this functionality into your existing applications. Okay. So, our journey will be structured in 3 different key parts. Okay. So, the first is about the why, understanding the use cases and permissions. Okay. Then second, the how, a practical walkthrough of the implementation workflow. Okay. Then third is about the what next. So, this will handling the captured image or video. Okay. So, let us begin with the why. Okay. So, before the single line of code is written, we must address the most critical rule in mobile development. Okay. So, that is user privacy. Okay. So, here the camera is deeply personal sensor. Your applications must request the user permissions to access it. Okay. So, this is non-negotiable on both Android and iOS devices. Okay. So, here you must declare why you need the camera in your application manifest or the info.plist file. Okay. So, be transparent. Is it for photos, for video or augmented reality? Okay. So, here the user deserves to know. Remember, the user who trusts your application is a user who will keep your applications. Okay. So, now with the ethics and the permissions in the place, let us talk about the 2 primary ways you can access the camera. Okay. So, you generally have 2 architectural choices, each with its own trade-off. Okay. So, the first and often the simplest is to use a built-in camera, indent or image picker controller. Okay. So, think of this the delegating the job. Your application simply says, hey operating system, I need a picture. Okay. The operating system then opens a standard familiar camera applications. The user takes a photo and the result is handed back to you. Okay. So, actually, so the pros which is relevant to this concept is it is incredibly fast to implement. You get the robust, well tested interface for the free. Okay. And cons are you have a very little control and you cannot add the custom filters, buttons or overlays. Okay. So, the user leaves your applications even if just for a moment. Okay. Then second, more powerful approach is to create the custom camera view. Here, you use the device camera application interface directly like a camera 2 on an Android or AV foundations on iOS to build your own camera interface within your applications. Okay. So, the pros of this particular one is total control. You can design the shutter button, create the custom viewfinder, add the real-time filters or build a specialized scanner. The user never leaves your application. Okay. And cons which is relevant to this particular one is it is significantly more complex to implement and requires a deeper understanding of the system. Okay. So, for most applications starting out using the built-in indent is a recommended path, but for truly unique user experience a custom view is a way to go. Okay. So, let us conceptualize the common workflow regardless of the platform. Okay. So, next we will move into the various steps which are involved in the developing of accessing the camera. Okay. So, the first step is check for the availability. Okay. So, does the device even have a camera? So, it is a simple check, but the crucial one. Okay. Then second step, request the permission as we discussed. Ask the user politely and handle their response, whether they grant or deny it. Okay. Then step 3, launch the camera. Depending on your chosen path, you either launch the operating system indent or display your own custom camera fragment or the view controller. Okay. Then step 4, handle the capture. So, the user presses a button. What happens now? The system capture the image data. Okay. Then step 5, process the result. Okay. So, this is where the image truly happens. You receive the data which is often in a high resolution raw format. Now, your application takes over. You have the image data. A simple applications might just display it, but the powerful application process it. Okay. So, you can compress it into the JPEG or PNG for the efficient storage and transformations. Okay. So, you can analyze it using the libraries like MLKit or Core ML to detect the faces, objects or barcodes. Okay. So, imagine building an application that can identify the plant spices just from a leaf. Okay. You can manipulate it, apply the filters, crop it, rotate it or add the text and the stickers. Okay. So, finally, you save it either locally to the device gallery or to a remote cloud server. Okay. Let me show you a very brief pseudocode snippet to make this concrete. Okay. So, this is a simplified view, but it illustrates the entire life cycle from the permission to result. Okay. To conclude, integrating the camera is a gateway to creating the immersive and intelligent applications. Start with the built-in tools for simplicity and graduate to custom views when you need the full creative control. Okay. So, well, here we are. We have reached the final session of this module. So, it's been the fantastic journey exploring the core functionalities that make the mobile applications so powerful and integral to our daily lives. Okay. So, thank you for watching. See you in the next session. Happy learning.